PULLARSTRECKER Hamish MCNICOL Last updated 13/24, September 19, 2017. A period of flexibility for airlines on how to manage fuel cuts at Auckland Airport could be drawing to an end. Government employees are being asked not to take non-essential air travel as the Auckland fuel crisis threatens to deepen. The Department of the Prime Minister and Cabinet issued the request, which spokeswoman Catherine Deller said was designed to reduce pressure on the airline industry. The appeal came as fuel companies and airlines prepare to decide on Wednesday whether more stringent fuel rationing is needed to meet their target of reducing fuel usage at Auckland Airport by 70%. Increased flight cancellations were likely if tighter measures were required, Board of Airline Representatives Barnes Executive Director Justin Tyumers said. Read more. List of flights cancelled grows due to Auckland Airport jet fuel supply shortage. Fuel pipeline cut outside our control, says Air New Zealand. Auckland Airport's jet fuel supply vulnerability is well known and serious, but he said airlines and fuel companies were working really hard to avoid that. Jet fuel remains rationed to all airlines this morning, following the rupture in Rationing NZ's fuel pipeline. Thousands of passengers have had their flights cancelled or delayed. The Board of Airline Representatives Executive Director Justin Tyumers tells us the board wants to revisit the issue of the pipeline's durability and security once it's fixed. Mobil Oil, BP and Z Energy have asked airlines to reduce their fuel consumption to 30% of their normal level, while Rationing New Zealand repairs the broken pipeline that pipes jet fuel to the airport. The 168-kilometer pipeline, which carries jet fuel, petrol, and diesel directly from the oil refinery at Marsden Point in Northland to tanks in Wiri, South Auckland, has been out of action since Thursday afternoon after it was damaged, apparently by a digger. A Mobil spokesman said airlines had been given flexibility about how they managed the cuts between Saturday and Wednesday, so they could make the cuts however they liked over that 5-day period. That reflected the fact it took time for airlines to adjust their schedules. But if they did not appear on track with the cuts, the flexibility they had to decide how or when to cut consumption could be reduced from Thursday. That decision would be made collaboratively by fuel companies, Barnes and its 28-member airlines, he said. Air New Zealand announced additional cancellations on Monday afternoon, explaining it was not yet meeting the 30% target. It has cancelled 22 flights scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday. But a source said on Tuesday morning that airlines overall appeared to be just on track to meet the 70% reduction target for the initial 5-day period, while indicating that was not yet in the bag. Other factors that would come into the mix tomorrow would include Rationing NZ's latest estimate for repairing the pipeline and the impact of other mitigation activities such as ship and ground trucking of fuel, the source said. Despite the disruption, analysts did not believe the fuel incident would have a lasting impact on attracting new airlines to the country. COPA Centre for Aviation Executive Chairman Peter Harbison presumed steps would be taken to ensure it did not happen again. It would be a pain for airlines and their passengers, however, particularly for long-haul flights needing to refuel along the way, he said. It is very costly to have to make a stop purely for fuel uplift, both in time, a critical scheduling issue, and in fuel and crew costs, not to mention passenger time lost. In the short term, many travelers might also explore other routes to get to their destinations. Audio courtesy of RNZ Stuff.